The power of daily habits. This is an interesting topic to me because each day that a habit is executed doesn't seem like much. Doesn't seem like much. Like, how could it be that that small step taken one day could lead to anything? And yet, by doing it day after day after day, great things can be achieved. It's a fascinating concept. The immediate thought that comes to mind is a fairy tale of all things. Guess which one? Tortoise and the hare. Hare races off and then does nothing. Tortoise, step, 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 well behind out of the starting gates, but relentless in the execution day after day after day after day. It's boring. It's difficult in its boredom. Because any particular one day, it's not especially hard. Just like this going live for you. Not particularly hard, but required. And over time, there is a catalogue of topics that I've covered for you. And this is an important conversation for you as a doctor, for the results that you get in your life, but also for helping your patients get the results that they want. Because many of the challenges that they face in their health are a result of their habits. And their daily habits are creating a reality for them that has a trajectory leading to more problems. And their ability to change those habits, to commit to changing those habits, and to continuing to execute the good habits that will lead them to a place of good health, good family relations, good money, good relationship with the universe or God or whatever your particular version of spirituality is. All of these things are valuable to have habits around. Because one of the questions that you might have is, okay, if I'm going to have a daily habit, what should it be about? And this is a very good question. This is a good question because what habits are going to give you the results that you want in life? And it depends what results you want. But I'm going to suggest to you that there are 4 critical areas that you want to have habits around. The first one is your physical health, your body, looking after your body. I would suggest to you that many parts of the West live in an obesogenic environment. And what I mean by that is if you just do the default of what most people are doing, this leads to obesity. We see this in the stats. Very large rates of obesity in the United States, but also that has spread to the rest of the Western world. And so just by doing the default, people will get fatter. And with that come many problems. You're aware of this, I'm aware of this. Diabetes, heart attack, stroke, metabolic syndrome, all of that sort of stuff. But it's coming from the behaviors that are being done every day. By overeating 100 grams a day, I'm 3.5 kilos over each year. If I go more than 100 grams, which is certainly possible to, then I will be, let's say 200, now I'm at 7 kilos over per year. And the hard thing about weight loss is that it's hard to lose weight. Why? Because, we live in an obesogenic environment, but also the habits that led to the weight gain have to be changed. There's a wonderful book, Atomic Habits, and it speaks about how to make the changes in the habits. And he doesn't say, hey, make a massive change, but he does discuss the rules that make habits more likely to be executed or not executed. If I leave a donut on my kitchen table every day, guess what's going to happen? I'll probably eat the donut. If I don't have the donut, they're not. I just walked around the kitchen. I was like, we got any chocolate? We got any chocolate? We got any chocolate? I'm like, man, this is challenging. So I did find a packet of small chocolate M&Ms. No, chocolate cookie thingies. I'm like, oh, God. Question mark, why am I eating those? Because they were there. Yes. At some level, perhaps my body struggling, asking for some more food. This was not the best choice, and I get that, but it's what I found. Ideally would have been something of low carbs and high protein and tasty, good texture, but I didn't find any of that. And so the default was to go for the mini cookies. But body is one of the areas. The second one, spirituality or the mind, our relationship with life itself. Here we are, here you are, here I am. Kind of woke up one day and went, well, hang on. Here I am in this reality. What am I going to do with this? Questions around purpose, mission. What am I meant to do here? A philosophical question, perhaps. I just started a really cool book. Obstacle is the Way. The Obstacle is the Way. It's a book on Stoicism. But the daily disciplines around spirituality, two things. One, meditation. If you're not meditating daily and you're a doctor, guess what? You're probably going to be struggling. Just the amount of chaos that walks in every day, being brought in by our patients every single day, very, very difficult to cope with unless you are meditating. Why? Because the meditation allows you to clear the mind, to be focused, to listen not only to the words, but also to what and how they are saying it, to be present with them. Very challenging to do if you are cooked because you have not been meditating. Daily meditation. This is a very potent daily habit. And the second one is the questions that you ask yourself around the challenges that you inevitably will face every single day. Have you been triggered by a patient? I certainly have. And I came to learn that they were not a bad thing. Because at the time, it certainly felt like it was a bad thing. God, this patient is just annoying me, pissing me off. But having the ability to dig into that situation and remain calm and focused, looking at the facts, extracting out a story that I was telling myself about that patient, and choosing a new way of dealing with that situation opened up a new action. And the same patient could walk in the next day bringing exactly the same situation, doesn't trigger me. Why? Because my frame of how I see that patient got changed by the questions that I asked myself. This is a powerful weapon. The questions that you ask yourself. What questions are you using when you get triggered in life? If you're not getting triggered in life, then, well, I mean, either you're a Jedi Master or enlightened, or maybe you're not, maybe you're just hanging out in the cave all the time, like zero interactions with people. But if you're living and you're dealing with other people, life events will happen. Next up, we've got family. Family and our teams, our people that we work with and interact with, our nurses and our receptionists, practice managers, and our families, our kids, our parents, our spouses, siblings. What's your relationship with these people? do you invest into them each day? Because that daily habit means that there is a deposit going into their life. Ideas of love, of appreciation, of gratitude. Say, hey, I care about you. You're important in my world. And these go out not expecting a response, not expecting anything back, but instead investing into them each day. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for handling that in a really awesome way. These messages act as some barrier to the influx of negativity that can easily become addictive. I'm dealing with a news addiction. Myself, I just go to it to escape when I don't want to do anything, when there's something to be done, and I go to the news. And I'm recognizing it just as a mental escape. But most of that news is negative. But investing into my family, investing into the people around me, and also there's one more person to invest into, investing into myself, which is a very interesting skill. To look in the mirror and say, hey, Tom, doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you for showing up today. And then finally, we've got into the concept of who are we being professionally? How do I develop myself professionally as a doctor? And 10 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day invested into medical education or invested into another area means that over time, large chunks of information can be handled and learnt, that by taking them on in a daily discipline allows you to cover material meticulously over time, that it is a very different experience of doing 20 minutes a day of study. Let's say you've passed your exams. You haven't passed your exams, you need to be doing more than that, of course. But passed your exams, 20 minutes a day, 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 20 minutes a day. Not very overwhelming on any particular day. But if you don't do that and you get to Sunday, you're like, whoa, I've got to do 2 hours of study. Now that becomes a little bit more challenging. Can it be done? Absolutely. There's no difficulty in that. But just like practicing piano or practicing a language, there is a benefit from going every day. Small amounts every day. Dunk, 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 dunk. I'm getting better every day. And so these discussions, these daily habits, strangely can lead to one of the most powerful phenomenons that you need to know about. And that is that over time, when you put them in daily, you do not get a linear experience. Eventually, you start getting an exponential experience. That the compounding effect of the daily disciplines eventually leads to growth that goes like this instead of like this. And this is where results in your life can be truly amazing. And that's the power of these daily habits. Any particular day, not that difficult. But over time, the compounded effect of the investment into yourself, into your life, into the others in your life that you care about, across looking after your body, after looking after your spirituality, looking after the people that you care about and interact with every day, and looking after your skill sets in medicine, make a difference. And when you are living this, then you can tell other people to do it because you are in integrity with yourself. So how you do your habits is critical. So the question, where are your habits at? What habits are serving you, are leading you to results that you're like, this is a good habit? And how do you keep going with that? How do you track it and go, yep, I'm winning here? And then what habits need to change? Picking one and go, okay, yeah, this habit's not working. It's not giving me what I like, what I want in my life. How do I change it? Great book, Atomic Habits, if you want to check that out. But even opening your mind up to this concept that the daily execution of your habits leads to results in your life that are unimaginable when you do compared to not executing daily. All right, that's all I got for you. I hope you got some value out of that. If you want some more around this discussion, head over to GraduateMedicine.com. Thanks for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you on a future live very soon. Have a great night. I'm going to go hang out with my family. See you soon.